All rise. This court is now in session. Please be seated and come to order.
This is the case of the People versus Robin Hood. As I understand from the complaint, the charges against Robin Hood are murder, armed robbery, and killing the king's deer, which we all know are crimes punishable by death. How does the accused plead?
Your Honor, the defense pleads our client is innocent.
Very well. Proceed with the opening statement.
Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we will show that the defendant, Robin Hood, also known as Robin of Lockerslie, did murder the King's Forester and Sir Guy of Gisborne. And in multiple occasions, he shot the king's deer and killed it. We will also show that his man is a highway robber. He attacks innocent travelers and steals their money. Thank you.
Will the defense attorney for Robin Hood give their opening statement?
Yes, Your Honor. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the charges against my client are in question because the actions of the sheriff and his improper use of authority have caused my client to take self-defensive measures. We will show that it is an unjust law to forbid starving and poor people to find their own food. We will also show that the sheriff's actions were just the latest in a long series of harassment against the Locklesie family that includes the arrest of Robin's father on trumped-up charges of treason and the seizure of the family home and property. My client, Robin Hood, has been providing for the poor people of Nottingham with food and money for them to live on, since the sheriff takes everything they have and keeps it for his own gain. We will show that Robin Hood was simply protecting his family, his friends, his home, and his life. As for the murder charge, Robin Hood admits killing the King's Forester and Sir Guy Gisborne in self-defense. Since he had been branded as an outlaw, people have been trying to kill him for the reward money. He never killed anyone who didn't attack him first. Your Honor, I request a mistrial before we waste any more time.
We will decide this case in this court of law. Prosecution, call your first witness.
The plaintiff calls Sheriff of Nottingham as our first witness.
Please place your left hand on the Bible and raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Please be seated.
Please state your name for the record.
My name is the Sheriff of Nottingham. Most of my friends call me the Sheriff of Nottingham.
Well, let's move on to the crimes and questions. Do you recall what your whereabouts in the morning you actually saw Robin Hood kill the king's deer?
Yes, I do. Quite clearly, actually. I was invited to accompany a butcher who wanted to sell me his herd of cattle. We left early in the morning and headed for Sherwood Forest. As it turns out, I ran into Robin Hood and his men. He held me prisoner and killed several deer, which he fed to his friends.
Objection, Your Honor! I believe the sheriff ate the deer willingly, along with Robin and his friends.
Sheriff? Yes, well, I was forced, and Robin also stole my cook and my silverware that day. Furthermore, he stole the money that I carried to buy the cattle I never saw.
Your Honor, there was no theft of the sheriff's money. The sheriff paid Robin $20 in gold pieces for the entertainment that night provided by my client.
I was tricked. He stole it from me. Proceed with your questioning, prosecutor.
Please tell the jury about the travelers who reportedly were robbed by Robin Hood.
Well, I have 300 men, and we would regularly go look for Robin and his band of thieves in Sherwood Forest. But I never actually saw him steal from travelers. Like I said before, he stole my money. Once. I have talked to plenty of the victims who have been robbed. The king told me I would lose my job if I didn't capture Robin Hood. Once I hired a fellow to capture him. I even gave him a warrant for Robin's arrest. And do you know what happened?
No, what happened?
Robin Hood stole it. He's a no-good, lying thief. He is always making me look bad.
Your Honor, the witness is clearly unable to give an impartial testimony.
Sustained. Do you have any more questions for this witness, prosecution?
No further questions. You may step down, Sheriff. The plaintiff calls the Bishop of Hereford as our next witness.
Please place your left hand on the Bible and raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Please be seated.
Please state your name for the record.
My name is the Sheriff of Hereford. Most of my friends call me my Lord Bishop.
Where do you live?
I live in an abbey in Nottingham.
Tell me about the crowns of Robin Hood.
Robin Hood and his band of thieves were laying wait in the woods, and when they spotted those who were wealthy traveling on the king's highway, they would stop and steal their money. I actually saw him roasting a king's deer, which means they should be all hanged. He is a shameless and cowardly outlaw. He probably wants to kill me too.
Objection! The witness is guessing at my client's motives. I agree. Objection sustained. Continue, your bishop.
Well, he stole my money. I can tell you that. I was carrying money from our loyal churchgoers to the abbey, and Robin just took it from me. I tell you, you can't trust that guy.
Your Honor, that is all evidence. The plaintiff rests.
Very well. We will now hear Robin Hood's side of the case.
Your Honor, as the first witness for the defense, I will call John Little.
Please place your left hand on the Bible and raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Please be seated.
Please state your name for the record.
My name is John Little, but I am mostly known by the name of Little John.
How do you know the accused, Robin Hood?
Robin Hood is my truest friend. I came to Sherwood Forest for one purpose, to serve him within the cause of defending the poor and the weak. I am pretty good with his staff, and we have shared many good deeds together. We are what you might call volunteers for justice in these parts. You see, the Sheriff of Nottingham and Prince John steal from the poor every day, and if anyone here is a thief, it is them. Sure, Robin Hood stole from the corrupt Bishop of Sheriff of Nottingham. The sheriff does not stand up for people. He is unjust, thus has no authority. But Robin Hood doesn't keep the money for himself. He gives it to the good, hard-working people of Nottingham, the very people that the sheriff steals from. Robin Hood is no criminal.
Your Honor, I'm going to object to this testimony of this witness. We can't have people say the king's law is unjust. It is what it is.
Sustained. Perhaps, Counselor, you could move to another line of questioning.
Actually, Your Honor, I'm through with this witness. Mr. John Little may step down. The defense will call its next witness, Marion Fitzwalter, to the table.
Please place your left hand on the Bible and raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Please be seated.
Please state your name for the record.
My name is Marion Fitzwalter.
How do you know the accused?
I have known Robin Hood my entire life. My father is the Earl of Huntingdon, and Robin's father was the King's Forester. Robin's father was removed from his job as the King's Forester after the Sheriff of Nottingham and the Bishop of Hereford spoke lies to the king. The sheriff evicted Robin's family and arrested his father for treason. He died in Nottingham prison, but he was as innocent as you or I are of treason. He was loyal to the king, and so was Robin.
Did you ever see Robin steal money from people?
I was sent to the court of Queen Eleanor to live and serve her. The queen and her court heard that Robin became an outlaw, but we have looked into it and found that these charges stemmed from the hatred that the sheriff has for Robin and his friends. The Queen actually offered Robin and his men amnesty for all of his crimes.
The Queen offered Robin an amnesty?
Yes, but the King Harry made it only a temporary one. For 4 months, they were no longer wanted men.
Judge, my client should be acquitted of all these charges and given a full pardon.
Overruled. Call the next witness.
The defense calls the next witness, Will Stuteley, to the stand.
Please place your left hand on the Bible and raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? I do. Please be seated.
Please state your name for the record.
My name is Will Stuteley.
How do you know the accused?
I met Robin Hood at the Nottingham Fair. He won the Golden Arrow by outshooting the sheriff's men at the archery range. The sheriff was mad, I tell you.
How would you describe Robin Hood?
He is an honest fellow, and I would trust him with my life. Indeed, the sheriff tried to hang me for being Robin's friend, and Robin arrived in the nick of time. It has taken all our energy to stay clear of the sheriff's traps and efforts to kill us.
Thank you. You may step down now. The defense will now call the Friar Tuck to the stand.
Please place your left hand on the Bible and raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Please be seated.
Please state your name for the record.
My name is Friar Tuck.
How do you know the accused?
I met Robin Hood while I was traveling through Sherwood Forest. I was asked to help serve the poor people living there who needed a good man of the church to help them through the hard times. Robin loves his adventure, and we have seen our share of them. As you can see in Exhibit A, that is his bag of money that he left on the doorstep of a poor widow. It is in the courtroom as Exhibit A because the sheriff stole it from the widow's porch. Robin has a heart for poor people and loves to see them get a fair deal. He protects the women and children around here as if they are his own. One time the Bishop of Hereford tried to force a lady to marry one of his old friends. The lady was not agreeable, so Robin put a stop to it, and I got to perform the marriage ceremony for her and her true love at an Indigo. That's why I love my job. That and the extra food and drink I get for being so fishy all the time.
Yes, thank you, Friar Tuck. You may step down now. The defense would like to call my client, Robin Hood, to the stand.